Hey everyone, I'm Brian Sparks at Greenhouse Grower, joined again by Dr. Allan Armitage. How are you today, Allan?
I'm very well, thank you, Brian. And life is good when we can talk about plants and our great industry.
That's right. That's right. I completely agree. So speaking of plants, one of the things that I think about sometimes is, if you're a grower who's primarily focused on the wholesale side of the industry, you might think that I don't have a direct connection with the end consumer. But you and I talk a lot about the fact that, how much value there can be in a grower going out and stopping at a local garden center and walking through the aisles of the garden center, talking with the owners of the store, talking with the team members, talking with the consumers who are walking around shopping for plants and other goods. Can you kind of talk about the value that somebody can get by going through that experience?
Well, there's no doubt that growers, in fact, all of us, we're all pulled in about 15 different directions. I mean, I have a hard enough time just getting out of the house and going to the grocery store, let alone taking a special trip to a garden center so I can see how my plants are doing. However, I'd much rather go to a garden center than go to the grocery store. But having said that, while it is difficult to do all these things, to learn all of these things about how our plants are doing, it really does make sense if a wholesale grower or part of their staff can get out to a local garden center.
Mm.
Truly. I mean, I understand how difficult this is to find time, but it isn't all that difficult. And I hear all the time, and I know, Brian, you do too, and most of you who are listening who talk to greenhouse operators, are the best sight they ever see is an empty greenhouse
Yeah.
after spring sales. And I get it. And then they seldom see what the plant actually looks like, either at the garden center bench or certainly in the landscape. It is hard to do it all, but certainly if you have a chance to chat with the owner of the garden center or just to talk to some of the staff at the garden center, and of course, look at how your plants are doing
Yeah.
and how I talk to the customers if you'd like. It's interesting. I have never have any problem chatting up people who are looking at plants. I may have problems chatting up people at Costco or people in the grocery store. They may look at me like I'm a little weird, but plant people, they don't seem to mind. You say, well, what do you think of that plant? And so I don't want any of you going out and getting arrested for, tapping people on the shoulder, but people like to talk about their plants. So if you happen to have a chance, you're going to learn something. I guarantee you're going to learn how your plants look, what people think of plants in general,
Yeah.
and of course, the people who you're dealing with, i.e. the garden center owner, the staff, and whatever. And it's great fun.
And it's a nice change of pace too. It can be very easy for all of us to get kind of sucked into our day-to-day responsibilities and duties wherever you're working. But to be able to take the chance to step out of that bubble sometimes and get out and have these conversations is definitely invaluable.
I mean, easy to say, sometimes difficult to do, but I mean, that's what we do. We got to see what our product is looking like, and not you as a wholesale operator, perhaps one of your top staff can go out and take a look. And I think you're going to have a great time discussing it when people get back. You really will.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, hey, Allan, thanks for the great conversation today and looking forward to many more of these.
As always, Brian, it's fun to chat and it's fun to get out in the garden. All the best.